on the bandwagon. Everybody's doing their new gear for 2022, so I figured, hey, why not? I got some new gear for 22. Now, some of it I did get late 2021. Some of it actually made it out on that last trip for 2021, but most of it is new stuff. First off, iPhone 13 Pro Max. This did go with me on the Pinhoti. This has been great. The picture quality, the video quality is really good on this. I'm really enjoying this phone. And I've been using it and the camera that I'm actually filming this on. I picked this up last year, and I can't remember if I made it on the trip or not, but I picked up a small point and shoot just because I needed some more zoom than what I was getting with the iPhone. Now with the 13 Pro Max, I have to admit, it might not have been the best idea to do it, but I do like the fact that the camera that I'm using is 24 megapixels, so for things, landscape shots, certain shots where you want to be able to blow something up really big, that is the real purpose for this, and it makes it easier to vlog because I like being able to have the articulating screen to view myself while I'm talking. This is actually a Canon G1X Mark III, water sealed, so I wanted that just to be a little safer on trail. The only thing about it that I didn't like was it does not have an external mic port, but I couldn't find something weather sealed and that in the price range that I was willing to pay without going, like a mirrorless or a Canon M50 or something, and even then it wasn't weather sealed. So those are the first two things. I picked this up. This is the Viewpoint Mid. This was made for ultralight backpackers and other people that just want to carry less weights. This thing goes out to 42 inches. Set the phone down. So I've actually got a phone mount on the top of it. It doesn't come with that. But just pull the legs out, twist and pop, pop, pop. There you go. And to put it up, you just tap the legs and they go right in. So this thing weighs about just over 9 ounces. So in the realm of backpacking tripods, this is as light as you're going to get, peeps. Especially for the height. I had bought the Aoka carbon fiber 28 inch, I think, right before this came up on Kickstarter, and I got it. And I was just like, man, you've got to be kidding me, because this is exactly what I was looking for. I granted this with Kickstarter because I was in the first round. This was $169. They do make a version that is a 58 inch. That is the max, and it weighs right at a pound. Now this does have a ball head. It does have the ability to pan, if I remember correctly. It only has this one screw, so it lets it articulate. And then, it can pan. It doesn't have a pan handle, or you can easily pan it like, on a bigger tripod. That is one thing I do like on the Aoka, which I'm actually using to shoot this on, hold up the camera, is that it does have a very nice ball head. I have contemplated swapping the ball head from the Aoka onto this at the expense of that weight, but that's still to be determined. So that's the next piece of gear. I just literally picked this up the other day. They have a sale. This is the anti-gravity gear ultralight raincoat. Now it's a seal nylon. It's actually seam taped, and I think they actually seam sealed this one. At least that's the way it feels. I didn't pay for the seam sealing, but it feels like it's been seam sealed. And I may go back and seam seal it just to be doubly sure. But, frog togs are light, and that's great, but I've had a bunch of wear issues, durability issues with the frog togs getting holes. So, and, they're waterproof, but they don't breathe. So this has, I believe these are 17 or 18 inch pit zips for mechanical venting, so you can unzip both sides. Got a hood, and just how tight it is on the face. And this thing only weighed a couple, it might have been an ounce maybe not even an ounce heavier than my frog togs jacket. And, me, it's orange, so, they kind of sold it right there. Next up, I switched shoes last year. I bought a brand I had tried once before and wasn't really enthralled with, but they had a shoe that I hadn't seen before. So I decided to give it a try because I was just having some issues with Ultra. So I bought this shoe. I was able to get it for $100 instead of $160. I trained in it all the rest of 2021. I'm still training in it now. And I went ahead and picked up a new pair of those for this year in my color. Let me see if this is actually the right pair. Because I have two pairs. No, this is not right. I got two pair of new shoes. So these Innovate G270 Terra Ultra. Zero drop. These are also, this shoe and the other shoe I'm going to show you are the only wide last trail runners that Innovate makes. Most of their shoes do seem to run a little narrow. I do have another pair of their shoes that is not the wide last, and they were definitely too narrow. Even I upsized to a 13, whereas in these I can wear an 11.5, which is a half size down from what I've been wearing in Ultras. So what I like about these is graphene in the grip. These have much better traction, much better grip than any Ultras that I've ran, except maybe the King MTs. Now these also, supposedly, I think only have a 12 or 13 millimeter stack. So they're not super cushioned, but they've done well for everything. I've taken them on trail. I'm actually going to take this pair with me on Alabama Triple Crown, which you'll be hearing about, and that's coming up here in a couple weeks. So nice orange Leonidas color pair for the Alabama Triple Crown. And just other shorter things that I'll be doing next year. Last are these. This is a brand new shoe from Innovate that came out last year. I was contemplating getting a pair, but I did not really want to spend $190. This is the, get it right, Trailfly Ultra G300 Max. So you can see they're not Leonidas orange. They do not offer that color. But my other G270s are this color, and so it kind of grew on me, and it kind of reminded me of the Tailwind blue. So I got this pair. These are not zero drop. This actually has a 6 millimeter drop. And I found that on really long hikes where I'm doing a lot of miles per day for multiple days, sometimes with zero drop I can tell, especially if I've got a lot of elevation change, my Achilles have been getting tight. So I decided to give these a go. And what's different about these is they do have graphene in the tread, but they also put graphene in the foam. So what that's supposed to do is make the foam last even longer. So I'm giving these a whirl, and these are going to be my long distance. And I'm going to wear these. I've got a couple FKT attempts that I'm looking at doing this coming year. So these will be the shoe that I'm going to do those in, because it's got more cushion than the 270s. So that's my new gear for 2022, or at least what I have so far. I don't plan on buying anything else for this year. I did buy a new Sawyer Squeeze. The other one I've had, I've ran for probably 4 years, and it's finally getting pretty slow. The last trip I had it out, we were up in the Smokies, and I was filtering some water, and it was going a little slow. So that's probably it for gear. I guess the only other thing I did get an Ultimate Direction fast pack for day hikes and FKT attempt, like single day stuff. So I've been liking that. I was able to get it on a good discount at the end of last year. And I've used it on a couple trips, and so I'm liking that as well. But that's what's new for 2022.